Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. This is Harmony and I wanted to welcome you all and also say thank you to our hostesses for getting us together to talk about these products that I think are really going to be instrumental in your homes. To start off, I guess I'll just share a little bit about why I started to use Norwex. Last spring, as you know, the country started to go through coronavirus and there was not a lot of cleaning products available. You couldn't find disinfectant sprays, paper products, or anything along those lines, and it caused a lot of stress for a lot of people. My neighbor actually ended up having a Norwex party. We did it socially distanced in her backyard, and I learned about these products, and from that point on, I have not purchased any chemicals, even when I can find them, because I've realized that I don't need them in my home. Norwex is actually a company that has a mission that is basically built around improving your quality of life and radically reducing chemicals in our homes. There are 3 types of ways that we clean, and this is true pretty much for everyone. There would be the steam or heat component of cleaning, and that would be probably the most effective. However, it is not the most convenient. We don't have a lot of times. We're all busy. We have children, we're working, etc. There's chemically or chemical cleaning, which is basically anything that you're doing when you're spraying a chemical and you're wiping it with a paper towel. Leaves a lot of toxic stuff behind. And then there's mechanical. So mechanically is just picking up everything with water and a cloth and using your muscles or your elbow grease to clean. And that's a very simple concept, and it's a lot safer. So to start out today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the Safe Haven 5, and then there's going to be some other products that I really want to showcase. The Safe Haven 5 is the product or the package that I first purchased, and it is the package that a lot of people will really start out with because it kind of includes everything that you would need to get started in your home. I'm going to go through each one at a time, but just to be clear, the items that are included in the Safe Haven 5 are our laundry detergent, our cleaning paste, our dusting mitt, window cloth, and EnviroCloth. Okay, I'm going to start with the EnviroCloth because this cloth is going to become your best friend. I call it the E for everything cloth. All of our cloths are labeled, they have a tag so you can kind of see what type of cloth it is. But when you get your cloth, because I'm confident you're going to want to get one, these cloths are so dense and so heavy. The size of the fibers in these are 1/200th of the size of a human hair. And this is about 1,800 miles of fibers in one cloth. So if you want a comparison, this cloth, if stretched out, could reach from Canada to the Gulf of Mexico. That's pretty big. This cloth can be used dry or wet. I typically use it wet because this is how you're going to disinfect. With just this cloth, you can get rid of 99% of germs in your home with just water. I can show you better than I can tell you, so I'm going to go ahead and just kick off our first demonstration. What I have here is our EnviroCloth. I'm going to go ahead and get it wet, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to talk you through that because these cloths are so heavy that once you start to wet them, you actually have to really get in there and kind of wring the water through them because of all that density in the fiber. And then once you do, you're going to give it a real good wring out. You want to wring it out really good because, like I said, it does hold a lot of water. Okay, so it's nice and wet. And what I do is I fold it in 4s before I use it. And what that does is it gives me 8 clean surfaces to work with, okay? So we have our wet EnviroCloth. And I'm going to take this chicken here. I have actually one of my favorite products from Norwex is their rice husk recycled cutting boards. I have 2 sizes. This is the smaller one, but I'm going to use this just for demonstration purposes. And I also have some raw chicken breast. Okay, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to rub it on the cutting board. If you can see me doing that. Okay, take that off. And what I have here are 2 unopened protein swabs. Okay, and what these are going to do is they're going to show us if the EnviroCloth was able to get the chicken off of this cutting board. But first, I'm gonna go ahead and just swab the one that I did the chicken. Get it real good on there. And I'm gonna put it in here, and if it turns purple, it's gonna tell us that there's protein on the cutting board. And as you can see, it's slowly turning purple. You can see that. Now, let's see, a little bit better. Kind of like the color of grape soda. Now I'm going to take the EnviroCloth and I'm just going to wipe it across the cutting board. And then I'm going to take a fresh swab. I'm going to swab it. Now if this turns green, it tells us that there's no protein left on the board. You can see there, green and purple. So with just water, I was able to eliminate the chicken germs and bacteria and the things that can make us really sick with just the EnviroCloth and water. Remember how I talked about folding your cloth? And so you could continue to use this side if you like. It's gonna sterilize. But if you're uncomfortable with that, that's fine. That's why we fold it. So we just fold it back over, okay? So I'm gonna put this aside for a little bit. We might come back to that. I'll show you the other side later. But what I wanna do now is kind of talk about the EnviroCloth, not just as a germ fighter or a cleaner, but as the best friend of the window cloth, okay? So EnviroCloth again. I have some butter here. This is like butter with canola oil, whatever kind you have. And I have this mirror here. And I'm gonna rub this butter on here. See that? I'm gonna take my EnviroCloth and I'm just gonna wipe it off. And then I'm gonna come behind it with my window cloth to shine and to polish. Okay. Now, if you would have used that with like a window cleaner or a paper towel, it would have smeared all over the place. It would have been really hard to clean up. These two cloths are perfect together. You'll never have streak-free windows until you try this, trust me. When I first got my Safe Haven 5 set, I think I cleaned my windows for a good 2 hours the first day that I got it. It's also great for mirrors. It shines pretty much anything. So, you know, go into your appliances and wipe them down and then come behind with your window cloth and just shine it up. Pretty easy. So far we've gone over the EnviroCloth and the window cloth. Now we're going to talk about our paste. Just to let you know the popularity of this paste, it was recently sold out. You couldn't find it anywhere unless you purchased it as part of the kit. I know right now it is available for separate purchase, but I don't know how long that'll last. It's just hard to say. I've had this same paste since March when I made my first order. And as you can see, it doesn't even really have a dent in it. This paste can clean pretty much anything you can think of. You know how your headlights get kind of foggy after you've had your car a while? It'll clear that right up. You can use this on your children's shoes. Like they're all wearing the Vans and they want the white ones. Cleans the plastic right up. This can be used to polish silver. It can be used to take grease off of your appliances. There's just so many uses for this. Removes rust stains. I'm going to show you just a quick demonstration. I have kids, I know a lot of you may, and sometimes they like to play with Sharpies. So it wouldn't be too much of a stretch to get, you know, maybe some Sharpie on here, right? Just wrote a nice little peace sign on there because we all need peace. Okay, and then I'm going to take my EnviroCloth and I'm going to take a little of that paste just enough, see? And I'm just gonna use the paste and the EnviroCloth, and I'm gonna get that stain right out. Take Sharpie right out of porous items such as like car chargers or phone chargers. I did this experiment with my girlfriend a couple of weeks ago, and I know all of our kids are always giving initials to their, sorry, I didn't even show you. All of our kids are always giving initials to their phone chargers because they like to come up missing. But the EnviroCloth and the cleaning paste do take Sharpie off of white iPhone charging backs too. So in case you were wondering there. So it took the Sharpie right off of our Chromebook. I cannot talk enough about this cream. It is amazing and it lasts forever. If I could show you up close, I mean, I have barely even put a dent into that cream. Okay. All right, so let's move on to our dusting mitt. This dusting mitt I love. It's actually changed the way I dust my house. What this does is it works off of the static. So when you get this, you just rub it together like that. And then just rub any surface. And you'll see the dust just go right on there. Okay, and the great thing about this is that if you have two of them, you can rub them together and you can just go over your surfaces. I also really like this for cleaning the leaves of my plants. I have a little bit of an addiction to houseplants, and the leaves get dirty and they get dusty, and this allows me to just gently wipe the leaves off. You can use this damp or dry. You can use this on baseboards. It's excellent for baseboards, and just pretty much anything else that you can reach that you would want to dust. And again, the more static, the more it'll pick up. All right, finally, we're going to talk about our Norwex laundry detergent. I'm going to be honest and just up front tell you that I do not use this for laundry. We do when we run out, but I find that this is there's so many uses for this that I use it all over my house and not just for the occasional load of laundry. This bag I also received in March and I've been using it. We use this to clean our carpets. We put this in our steam cleaner. Just a teaspoon of this with hot water in our steam cleaner got rid of stains that we had tried over and over and over again to get rid of with regular steam cleaner products, okay? The other way that we use this is we dilute it in the spray bottle and we use it for like stain treatment. So if something were to spill on the carpet and we didn't want to get the steam cleaner out, we would just spot clean with that. I have soaked my screen that is under my microwave and above my range in this, and it's eliminated all of the grease from that. I have also soaked my granddaughter's car seat cover in this. I soaked it for about 2 hours and the water was disgusting when I took it out, and then I just hung it to dry. This laundry detergent is amazing and it lasts forever. You literally use a teaspoon in your high efficiency washers and they give you this nice scoop and you don't even need to use that much. That's actually way too much. So I would use maybe about a third of that. So this stuff will last you forever and ever, and there's so many uses, and I'll be sharing things throughout the week about some of these products and some of the tips and tricks and things that they can be used for that you wouldn't even think that they could be used for. All right, so we've talked about our Safe Haven 5. That would be the 5 products. We have the paste, the laundry detergent, the window cloth, the EnviroCloth, and the dusting mitt. Okay, so that's in your Safe Haven 5 kit. What I want to do now is just kind of talk about a couple of other products that I really enjoy, that have really impacted me as far as saving me money and also just changing the way that I clean my house. The first one is I will talk about paper towels again. So I mentioned to you how panicked I was when I couldn't find paper towels, and admittedly I am not, have not in the past been as environmentally cautious as I should have been. And I probably was using a roll of paper towels a day, maybe a roll and a half on a bad day. And so since I've switched to Norwex, I have eliminated a lot of what I'm wasting as far as paper is concerned, and paper towels. What I'm showing you here is called our countercloths. It's shown in a box set right here. It's really cute. A lot of people like the box set, but these are sold separately in a 3-pack. And we do have new colors available. You'll see that in the catalog. They have a really pretty purple color now, and they have a slate color, so you definitely have more choices. But these are essentially, what, about the size of a half sheet of a paper towel. So maybe if you're thinking about the Selecta size. And these can be used just in the place of paper towels. Okay, so this nice little house, give us a little place to dry off after you use it. I use it to dry my hands. I use it to wipe my granddaughter's face, anything that you can imagine. And when they hang or lay flat to dry, they're disinfecting themselves because, again, they have that same technology. But what I want to show you is the waste that it will eliminate. So aside from the fact that I've kind of, swapped out my use of countercloths with paper towels, let's talk about how much it actually would save if I were to still do both. So what I'm going to do here is just show you how much these will actually absorb. And that's important because it's not going to be helpful to us if we have to use 10 of these in place of 10 paper towels. It's just not economical. So I have a cup of water here, and what I'm going to do is just pour a half into each glass. Have to be even. Okay. All right, so we have our 2 glasses there. They're pretty even. I'm going to take a countercloth, okay, and I'm going to submerge it. So that's a half cup of water in each one. I'm just going to put that in there. All right, and then I'm going to do the same with my paper towel. So this is a good paper towel. This is like a brawny or something. So they're nice and thick, okay. And there's roughly 2 countercloths in each paper towel. So I put in 4 paper towels so far, compared to the countercloth. 5, 6. We might get it with 7. Still kind of wet. All right, let's check on our countercloth here. All right, so compared to 7 paper towels that I had to use to soak up the same amount of water and 1 countercloth to soak up the water. And granted, there's water in it, but the waste is very clear. 7 paper towels compared to 1 countercloth, okay? So that's one of the products that has changed my life. I love my countercloths. I will put those back over here. I want to go back to just showing you the cutting boards because I really like these cutting boards. They don't mark up or leave knife grooves in them, and they're recycled rice husk, guys. So they're, recycled. Can't get any better than that. They have a grip on the bottom so they don't slide. And like I said, these come in 2 sizes. So I've bought both of these. I love them. I use them all the time. Another couple of things I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to get into our mop system because it is truly amazing, is our dishcloths. So this looks just like a regular net. It's big. You can cut these in half even. But this is used just to wash dishes. This can be used to drain spaghetti. It can be used to clean up flour off of a counter if you've been baking cookies. It grabs, it grips. You can scrub pots with these. These are just phenomenal, so I would definitely recommend getting these. And your bathroom scrubber mitt. This is another thing that I really love because, again, you can put it on your hand so it kind of conforms to your hand. You can also tell that it kind of has a rough side and then a soft side. And so these are great. You can hang these right in the shower because, again, remember, we want to either hang our cloths or let them dry fully before we do anything with them. You can just wipe down your shower after you're getting out. I know some of us might do a quick wipe down of our showers to try to keep the lime scale and things off. But this is great for just doing a quick wipe down. You also can use this on, of course, your sinks, your mirrors. You can use this to get dust off of your baseboards in your bathrooms if you didn't want to use your dusting mitt. And all of this stuff you can throw right in the washer. So they go right in the washer, wash them with your laundry detergent, and they'll last forever. There are a 2-year warranty on all of our cloths, so I did want to throw that out there. with regular wear and tear. This is what looks to be just like a regular rubber brush, but this is an amazing product. As I was showing you the dust mitt earlier, I wish I would have actually picked up quite a bit of dust, because this rubber brush is perfect for wiping off your dusting mitts. If you're using your bathroom scrub mitt dry, same thing, you just wipe it off. I'll show you this when I'm doing the mop demonstration for you. This is essential for the mop. And the other thing that I really like about this brush is that you can use it on your stairs. So if you have carpeted stairs, like I do, and you have hair, like I do, and or you have pets or children or whoever, if you notice, your stairs will pick up a lot of hair and it'll be in the cracks, and it's hard to get up with a vacuum cleaner. So what I do is I just go and I just brush my steps, literally just brush them and then go over them with a vacuum or even sweep them off. But this is great for pet hair. It's great on furniture. If you have like a pet bed and it gets real hairy, you can use it to get the hair off of it that way. Cat scratching posts. This is just an amazing brush, and it works really well with our products to get some of that dirt and dust off of there. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about our mop system. All right, guys, let's talk about the mop system. So this is the handle of our mop system. This is a Supreme mop system. When it is collapsed, it is much smaller. You can see that for comparison, okay? It comes with one of these heads that snap into it, and you will receive one dry mop pad and one wet mop pad, okay? So here's the dry. Now these go right on to here, just like some of the competitor mop systems. But I will say what sets this mop apart is that this mop pad is significantly bigger than the competitors, okay? And it's also extends past the plastic or the hard part, the metal part, to allow you to get up on your baseboards, okay? So we have our mop pad on there, and what we do is we'll just extend the handle as much as you need to for your own comfort. I'm pretty short, so I don't typically need it to be that big, but you just twist and then extend it, okay? And then you would just dry mop as you normally would if you were using any of the competitor brands, okay? If you can see, and I'm not sure if you can, this goes right up on your baseboards. So even dry or wet, depending on what pad you're using, it'll pick up things. The great thing also is that this will extend under your refrigerator, under your oven, etc. Okay, so you can see what I picked up there. And here's where your rubber brush is really going to come into play. This is my favorite use of it. And that's where you would then just take your pad and you're just going to brush the dust right off of your pad into your trash can. Okay. All right. So that's our dry mop pad. I'm not going to show you the wet mop pad. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I did want to show you one more thing, and that is how these handles for the mop system are interchangeable with some of our other products, okay? So this pops right off, and this is what we call our Enviro wand, okay? We have a newer, more updated one in our catalog than this one. This is the original. I like it. This is perfect. Again, the brush can be used to get any, dust or particles off of there. You can bend it. And so if you needed to get into, your ceiling fans or anything there, you could do that. But the really cool thing is that this handle comes off. And we can then snap it into the mop handle. And then we can really get areas that we normally can't reach, like on top of our counters or cabinets, or on the top of maybe a large shelf that you can't reach on a typical day. And so that gives you all that extra reach in order to get things that you typically couldn't reach. Okay. All right, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed the demonstrations tonight. I am going to be with you guys for the next few days. We're going to do some giveaways and some contests and some fun things, as well as continue to showcase some of the products that Norwex offers. There's just not enough time to get into all of their amazing products, but they have bath towels, they have sheets, they have face masks. Like, there's just so many things, and they have some chemical-free cleaning supplies too that some of you might be interested in. So hang out with me here for the next few days, and we'll continue to highlight products. I'll continue to answer any questions that you may have. And in the meantime, I hope you have a great night. Thank you for your time.